a lot of people will never go beyond that, right? Because, you know, that's just, there's a lot of people who think that Joe Rogan is controversial. One. Hey, everybody, welcome back. It's been a few more weeks than usual. I'm Emily Moyer. Dani Katz is with me. This is Words number 54, but this is really just kind of a Words update, and then we'll go over to the restaurant that allows spicy food. But we want to tell you guys what's going on. But first of all, hi, Dani. How you doing?
Hi, Emily. I'm great. Great to see you.
Okay, so we've been gone for a couple of weeks, not because there's been nothing to talk about or we're not interested, but we kind of made the decision at the end of last year based on starting to really see that we were getting somewhere with the ideas that we've been putting out there, that we wanted to sort of professionalize our operation here and make a different kind of push this year because, you know, people are so desperate right now for any return to normalcy that they're willing to probably accept any reality that's better than the one, seemingly better than the one we have now. And we can already see the foundations of the next layer of the op being laid in the solutions to the more obviously present one right now. So we decided solutions, right? So we decided that in 2022, we're really going to make a push. And so with that in mind, we are going to have our own separate platform for Words. So we're going to be having a separate Words podcast Rumble channel. I've been very busy at work loading that with all of the past shows on it, which no matter what you do,
Emily.
And
Thank
how
you for your hard efforts.
You know what sucks? It sucks a little less on Rumble than it does on BitChute, but no matter how diligent and how much time you spend uploading them in the correct order, they don't necessarily post them in the right order.
Is
right?
it a process publish delay?
Well, I made sure part of why this has taken so long is I was not adding the next show until the other one was completely done and showed up on the channel. But somehow it still gets out of order. Like on BitChute, there was some things that would be stuck in process and published for a long time and never show up. These all show up and they all show up in a reasonable amount of time, but there doesn't seem to be anything you can do to control the order unless you're only posting like one show a week or something like that when you're trying to upload an archive. But even with that, I've had them switch orders on my regular channel, even though I don't. So I've been working on that, and we're also going to be breaking this away. So it's going to have its own channel, and we're also going to be breaking it away from each of our own separate locals or Patreon pages so we can create a community that is just dedicated to Words and Afterwords and the topics that we deal with here for a variety of reasons. I'll leave those mostly to your imagination, though I'm sure you can figure out what some of them are. So there will be a Rumble channel and a locals page. And the locals page, that on locals, I have been able to control the proper date order of the archive. And so there you'll find on the Rumble, there'll just be the words on, there was 2 episodes of Afterwords we did publicly. So those are there on the Rumble channel, but locals will have the Words, which is public, and the Afterwords, which is for supporters only. Everything is there in catalog order and whatnot. And we're going to that page will be rolling out probably next week. And so that will be separate. So going forward, the Words and Afterwards stuff will no longer be available on Dani and I's individual pages, but we will be for the first month or maybe even a little longer doing a promo where people can come over and try out the supporter page on locals for free. That will be available to everybody who's been, listeners and longtime listeners and whatnot. We're going to create a community. We're going to encourage a lot more dialogue, kind of locals is kind of like a combination of YouTube, Patreon, and Facebook because of the way you can leave comments and interact. It's a little bit different. And there will be a supporter level that will just receive the content. And then there will also be a premium supporter level, which will also include a once a month get together that we're still working on what the nature of is going to be. So it'll allow for interaction with Dani and I and with the other people who engage with this content. And I've been working very hard on it. So we're excited to hopefully debut this next week, or at the very latest, probably the week after. So anything you want to say about that, Dani?
Just thank you so much for your diligent efforts on our behalf. And I'm so excited about our new locals community, like so many ideas are flowing in just with the notion of structure for us. So I'm just super excited to have everything over there and for us to grow our community, and that's it.
Yeah. And so once that's all set up, we'll have like an introductory video that explains how things are going to work over there. So look out for that coming shortly. And for now, we're going to go over to the more hospitable location to do the show. And we're going to talk about the Joe Rogan, Spotify kind of nonsense and related themes in the public hour. And then the afterwards segment, we're going to do a little, we just can't, it's like one of these things that it's like, I feel embarrassed doing it, but I just can't stop. Some more Darkhorse deconstruct because they're just begging us to, right? And I have also considered that they like when we do it because then, you know, it makes them feel special. And also it provides them ideas as we will demonstrate in our clips of today. But anyway, so you can get the afterwards segment for this last time, either on Patreon or in my individual locals page. You have an individual locals page, but you haven't loaded it yet, right? Or you haven't?
No, it's up and running. It's up and running.
Okay, so for this last show, you can get it on one of our individual pages, and then starting with the next show, which is going to be like a bigger show that we've been kind of playing around with and planning for a bit on a topic that no one else is touching, that will debut on the Just the Words locals page and Rumble and whatnot. So, okay, links to join us for the rest are down below. See you over there. A lot of people will never go beyond that, right? Because, you know, that's just, there's a lot of people who think that Joe Rogan is controversial.